I am here. I was just replying to a call.
Well,
Oh no, we're a little bit
we
distorted there.
we're on, are we?
Oh,
Hang on.
bear with us, people. Are we all good?
Oh, I've mucked up the macros. That's all good.
We're on, are we?
We're back.
We're back.
Yes.
Hey.
Slight little hiccup, but we're all good.
Yeah, we were on, but then we weren't on. So
No, we're actually on. We just had an overlay on us.
just an overlay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Might have made you look better, but you know.
Hey. Oh, how could you make me look any better? I mean,
Oh, there's a lot of work we could do.
Jessica, I got feelings, you know.
Really?
Yeah. How you going, everyone? Great to have you on the show. It's we really enjoy doing these shows. It's awesome. We really do look forward to doing Wednesdays, don't we, Jessica?
Oh yes, yes, we do. No, in all honesty, no, we do. We do look forward to our Wednesday chats.
No worries. And we've got a big shout out to all the fathers.
Yes.
From last Father's Day. I hope you got plenty of socks
And jocks and
and
chocolates.
jocks and all the stuff that you like.
And all the homemade stuff that the kids brought back from school.
Yeah,
Oh, I love
that's
that
awesome.
stuff.
They're the best presents, I reckon. They're the best. And I actually got some socks, and you believe it or not, they are Fruit Loop socks.
Well, you are a Fruit Loop, so
Hey?
it just sort of was just a easy pick, that
They,
one.
they are awesome. From the grandkids, I got some Fruit Loop socks, and they are just gorgeous, nice and bright and red.
Oh.
Now,
Hang on.
Just
Sorry.
bear with Neil at the moment. We are still here. We can still keep
We've-
talking. We just have the
we've just put a bit of pressure on Neil. He's gone and having a few problems with his, what is it, macros, are they, Neil?
Oh, there's an automation. There's something.
Automation.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
all right. If we change, we're still talking, so that's all right.
No, it's all good. We ain't gone anywhere. Now, what's the name? I got a bit of a bone to pick with you, Jess.
Oh, okay. Well, pick away while I answer some of our.
Oh, well, we
so
got-
you know,
we got-
I just won't hear what you're saying while I concentrate on our viewers.
No. I need to have a serious talk with you.
Well, quickly, hurry up.
Okay,
We've got
right.
a big show.
We do have a big show, actually. But I was talking to one of my many fans last night, and I'm a little bit disillusioned because I thought he was a fan and was watching the show because of me.
No,
Right,
they always watch it because of me. I'm the
Well,
draw card.
apparently I've just found this out. Now, I mean, I don't do all this Facebook stuff, so I don't see what actually they see. And he was telling me, which I just can't believe it, that the only reason he watches the show is to see you rolling your eyes back.
Yep, that'd be right.
So,
I'm the draw card.
oh my goodness,
Even with eye-rolling backing things that I can do, I'm the draw card.
I'm devastated.
Well, that's all right.
I'm
Build
not
a
too
bridge,
sure.
get over it.
I'm not sure if I can
Stick
come
it in a
back from
balloon,
that.
let it fly away. Just let it go. I can start singing.
Oh, no, we won't have any of that. So we got a big show for you, so I won't rabbit on, which you know I don't normally rabbit on anyway. Do I?
You are rabbiting.
Oh, okay. So what do we got? What's our show content for today?
So today we are trying to keep it cool, or how to keep your cool with your
What?
coolant and the cooling part of the engine.
Ah, well, there you go. Well, I'm pretty cool, so I should know about that sort of stuff, eh? Yeah.
Where's that cricket noise?
What else are we going to do for the show? We got some big stuff going on, haven't we?
We do.
We got products,
Yes.
bikes, update on bikes,
And our events coming up, and the
And-
big drum roll. Ding! The winner of the tyres who for the people that entered in our survey. So
Oh,
we're drawing that at the end
awesome.
of the show.
End of the show. So stick around to find out whether you've won yourself a Trolls tyre or a set of Enduro tyres from Golden Tyres. So awesome stuff. So actually, keeping your cool, are you able to keep your cool at a trial? Because keeping your cool at a trial is very important. And considering we're into spring now and it's starting to get hot, so it's a perfect topic to
Definitely.
to
Keep
talk
your
to you
cool.
about. So I really need to ask you the question: do you check your coolant?
Technically, no, because I'm not riding at the moment.
Yeah, that's true.
So no, I haven't checked my coolant.
So the big question to them is: are you checking your coolant? Now, if a lot of times people don't. Right, which you should, because I mean that's a major safety protection of your motor.
And we've got that on our checklist. As a
certain-
major checklist.
We certainly do. I hope. Yes, no, it definitely would be on there. But some bikes are actually quite difficult to check your coolant levels. They're not the easiest thing, particularly with trials bikes, so they're quite compact and quite hard to get at. So we've I got a couple of photos. So there's a couple of different bikes that have different types of radio systems. So I thought I'd show you a couple of examples. So we'll go to the first example, which is a beta. Now, this one here, if you look at this one here, Neil's got a little bit of a pointy thing I think he might be able to do for us. But you can see where the neck comes out of the top of the radiator there. And then it's got a smaller diameter tube, and then it goes up to what looks like a reservoir, or the actual radiator cap's that black thing up there. But for the betas, you never fill your coolant above where the neck becomes fatter. So if Neil does that line again, right there, yeah, you never fill your coolant up past that point there. And it doesn't hurt to have it halfway right there where Neil's pointing there. So, and now we won't show you yet, but when we go to the next photos, you'll see a different system. On these...
And which bike is this?
This one's predominantly, this is on a gas, but your TRSs, your Vertigos, most of those bikes have this type of a radiator. Now, this thing that Neil's pointing to at the moment, which basically looks like a nut or a bolt, depending which way you want to look at it, it actually is your radiator cap, right? Now, it's clearly different to the beta cap, right? So that's where you top your coolant up. So if you undo that nut there, or bolt, whichever way you want to call it. Now, with the gases, TRSs, Vertigos, they basically recommend only to fill the coolant up to the top of the fins and leave the top part of the tank empty. All right, so basically where Neil's pointing to. Now, if you overfill your radiator, so if you overfill your radiator when the bike's cold, and then the bike heats up,
it's going to bubble.
What's going to happen?
Rise. It's going to rise.
It's going to rise. So
you're going to be uncool.
Yeah, exactly. So your coolant's going to expand and come up, and of course what it has to do, it has to what's the right word?
Go somewhere.
It's got to go some disperse, expire, whatever the right word. The right word is. Now, if we'll test Neil's technological capacity with these photos now. If we go back to the beta photo, right?
One more back. Yeah.
So that's testing him. If you go back to the beta photo, this is the black radiator cap at the top there is more like your traditional radiator cap on a car.
Yep. So don't touch it when it's hot.
I definitely don't touch any of this stuff when the bike is hot. You must make sure your bike cools down before you touch it.
Otherwise, you get a nice shiny flat forehead.
You might do, yeah.
Like Neil.
Yeah. So no, actually, just flip back to the photo for a minute, Neil. You'll see at the top of the radiator cap, there is a spout coming out the top, and you can't see it in this photo, but there's a hose connected to that, and that runs down. Now that's, if you've overfilled your radiator, the coolant will push past the valve in the cap and then dribble out and come down the drain hole. Now I always suggest to people to position that drain hole over the top of your header pipe. So if the coolant is starting to come out...
it's going to burn and smell, and then you'll know.
Exactly. It'll drip onto your header pipe.
Aren't you a smart cookie?
I told you I was smart, right? And then you'll get steam and smell, and then you'll know that you're actually losing a little bit of coolant. But don't stress if you've just recently topped your coolant up, and then you're getting a little bit of coolant coming out. It's probably just expanding. So if we go back to the gas photo, then... you might ask yourself, well, there's no way the coolant can come up out of the cap. So what they've got is actually a blow-off valve. So that's what Neil's pointing to now. So your coolant, if you've overfilled your coolant or the thing's getting too hot, it'll come up out of there. That's your valve there. So that's the trick there. So I figured we'd go into a little bit of problem solving with your fan. So probably just the most common thing with overheating problems is the fan not working. Now with like enduro bikes, so your normal standard enduro bike doesn't come with a fan on it, right? Because the bike's
They're not fancy. I thought that's pretty good. Come on.
Hang on.
Well, that's time for me to have a drink of my coffee.
Oh,
so why don't enduro bikes have the fans on, Jess?
Because they're already cool.
Because they're already cool.
They
right?
might have an internal cooling system that they don't need an external cooling system.
Nah, the reason is because they generally move them pretty quick, and so they just get the air blowing onto the radiator, so they don't need a fan. Right? So with a Trolls bike, if your fan's not working and it's not really that hot, weather-wise and everything, it's not really that big a stress in reality if you keep an eye on it. If you're moving, then the bike won't get hot. If you stop sitting in a section waiting to go in and there's a big lineup, then the bike will get hot. So you just switch it off and then fire it up when you're ready to go through the section, and you might get through the trial without too many problems. But ideally, you want your fan running. Now, now three things can go wrong with your fan. One, the Thermo Switch could have failed and it's not switching your fan on. Two, there might not be any voltage or any power coming up from your stator, or a loose connection or something like that, so you're not getting any power. Or the voltage regulator is cactus mortis, something like that. Or there may be something physically stopping the fan blades from spinning.
Now, you guys usually say it's like a cable or something hanging down.
Yeah, it could be a cable, loose cable. You might have
a little stick or something that you picked up in a section.
Hey, that's a great pickup.
Honky
Jess.
nut.
Yeah, stick sticking in there. You might have flipped your bike and
You got water stuck in it.
No, not quite.
It could be icy cold, like one of the events we had. I'm sure that water had ice in it.
Yeah, I gotta say, if you're
Hail, you could ride through hail, so these things could happen.
But then that'd only be momentarily ceased. So yeah, a physical obstruction, something like that. Now, quick way of checking your Thermo Switch. Now, Thermo Switch is basically just a switch. What people would call a closed circuit. The quickest way to test whether your Thermo Switch is faulty, find the connection point where it plugs in. Generally there's two terminals on it. I've got a couple of Thermo Switches here to show you. But if you just disconnect your Thermo Switch, bridge the two wires, you're not going to blow anything up because it's just simply a switch, which basically is just connecting two wires together. Bridge that either with a screwdriver or another piece of wire and see if your fan starts. If your fan starts, then you basically can go, okay, I think my Thermo Switch is a bit dodgy. You know what I mean? So I'll just, I've got a couple of Thermo Switches here. So we'll flick across to this camera here and I'll show you a couple of Thermo Switches. So we've got two types of Thermo Switches. So this is what I would call your old school.
Before we go into that, Richard's just put up that, or if the fan is blowing instead of sucking. Is that an issue?
Yeah, it is an issue, but you won't get that with these bikes because they're a DC voltage. So the fan will only go one way.
That's good to know.
If it's going the other way, then yeah, you got some problems with your voltage regulator and rectifier and stuff like that. So that's a bit more complicated than we're going to talk about today. But yeah, good point, Richo. But it won't not really a problem either way. But we can talk about that later. So this is your standard Thermo Switch, which just threads into your radiator, and you've got two terminals on there, which is your plug on for your fan. The other newer style, which you'll get on most of your new modern bikes now, these simply push in. You can see you've got an O-ring here, and they're held into the radiator with a circlip. But effectively, this surface here and that surface there are the surfaces that get the hot water, and they basically heat up and then switch on and off as the bike gets hot and cold. So so that's basically your Thermo Switches. Any brainwaves on that, Jess?
No, not really, but what are your fancy smanchy other little parts there?
Oh, I've got some other good little things here.
Oh, okay.
Now, your other problem if your bike's overheating, if your fan's working, you've got coolant in it and everything like that, then your other most obvious problem will be your water pump. Okay? Now, some people call the water pump an impeller, or some will call it a fan. Right, but I've got a brilliant example here of what an impeller or fan should not look like. I've just recently done a service on a 2013 bike, and the impeller is pretty impressive, I must admit. So
It's impelled?
yeah, it's been impelled all right. So if you have a look at this is an impeller out of a Beta. And this is the one I've took out. Now, this one is pretty cactus mortis, to say the least. You can see how thin it is. You look at the back, it's been ripped to shreds basically out of there. I've got a brand newie, just to give you a bit of an example.
Oh, you can really see it's been worn down.
Yeah, and you can see, because these fit onto a shaft, which is driven off the crank, and that's what this little plastic cog in the back here is. That drives the shaft, and that shaft comes through and drives this impeller. And you'll see the flat spot on there which drives the impeller. On this old one here, it basically was spinning on the shaft. Not only that, the impeller's so worn down that it would be just
Looks
gravitating.
like a little blade.
Cavitating, sorry, I said gravitating. It would just be cavitating. It'd be spinning around. The water wouldn't be going anywhere. So basically, your coolant is just sitting in the motor, and it's not being
Cooling.
It's not transferring across. It's not travelling around through your radiator, getting cooled by the air, either by riding or by your fan going back through your motor. It's not circulating, so the bike's just going to get hot. As simple as that. And in actual fact, you're in that situation. Your fan won't come on because the Thermo Switch is sitting in cool water. The water in the motor is getting hot, but the coolant's not, and so your fan won't come on. So you'll be thinking, "Oh, I've got a problem with my fan," but the problem's not with your fan; it's a problem with your pump not pumping your coolant around. So there you go. That's how you keep you cool.
Oh, that's a very cool way.
Now, one last thing I didn't mention is changing your coolant. Now, part of the reason why that little impeller looks so bad is because I don't think the bike's ever had its coolant changed in its life. It was sludge, a lot of aluminium in there, and I reckon that's half the reason why it was there. So obviously depending on the coolant you're using, but I would personally change your coolant a minimum once a year at least. So there you go.
Sounds like a plan.
So that's how you keep you cool.
Well, that's a pretty cool way to keep you cool.
No worries. So I reckon I deserve a coffee.
You deserve a Kit Kat?
Yeah.
You deserve a break?
Yeah.
Well, you can have a break while I go.
So what have you got for us?
Well, I was going to talk about products because we are coming up to our final prestige and we have the States in a fortnight.
Yeah.
So we've got the trailer loaded with stock at the moment. We've had some new rear tyres come through. We have plenty of oils and gear changed and spray lubes and all those little
that stuff.
liquidy things that come in a bottle. We've got plenty of that, of GRO products. Tyre pressure gauges. Now that will be handy for you guys wanting to do well in the States because we'll no doubt have a cool morning, finished off with it warming up, so your tyres will change pressure, so handy to have those on board with you.
Wow, I'm impressed, Jess.
I remembered this stuff.
No, you're good. And Jess is dead right. I mean, in the cool mornings, your tyre pressure will be low, and then won't take long to get a bit of heating in your tyre, and before you know it, a couple
and
of
we've got some little ones. So I know I know Neil prefers, I think it's
here we go.
the hose. And then we've got some short little ones because there has been a bit of a stock supply. But those short ones would be easy to carry around.
The hose ones are handy when you're trying to fit in spots, but sometimes the ones with the fixed neck are actually easier to push on sometimes. So
we've got
it's a matter of preference.
We've got a mixture, but we've got those in stock. We've got plenty of levers, so if anyone should accidentally have a bit of a crash and need that, we do have plenty in stock to get you back riding. And then the other major one is to make sure that you have your nameplate with the correct grade that you'll be riding at the state rounds with.
Neil's riding the blue line now.
Yeah,
that's right, because he's old now.
He's old.
He's 40.
So make sure that if you do need new nameplates, I don't know whether or not Sean Stefanoni will have time to print you up the right colours.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, we do have a little machine here that we can
quickly
make one up if Sean can't do it, if he doesn't have enough time.
Yeah, but
so
definitely
make sure that you have entered in the right grade, and your nameplate will match that grade at the States.
Yeah, because if you're riding state championship and you're riding and you've got a different colour plate, the observers are going to give you a 5 for riding a different line. Yeah.
So make sure you're on top of that one.
Cool.
And that's all for me. And what have we got in bikes?
Bikes, well, bit tight on bikes. We've got a couple of gases. So we've got some 2021 gases. We've got one 300 2020 left over, which is super special at $8,995, I think it is.
That's a bargain.
Yeah, that one there sitting in the box. It was sold, but then it didn't end up going. And then we've got the beaters are coming. I'm getting word on the beaters coming. I've got one trade-in. Sorry, I'll tell a lie. I've got one trade-in, a 2020 250 Beta Evo in very, very good condition. There's a private sale I'm aware of a 2013 Beta Evo 250. That's coming available this week. We got the little TRS electric 20-inch in stock for the kids. That's pretty well it. I mean, there's TRS bikes available in stock in Australia, and a couple of Vertigos too.
Nice.
So there's a few bikes around, although it's a pretty tight market.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
And then we've got events coming up.
Yeah.
So this weekend we have the final Prestige 6 Winter Series. So that again is at Mental Falls. Camping is available from any time
forever
onwards, forever. So
Mark and Wendy said happy
quick
to come
and knock in your little square. You might actually claim squatters' rights for that little part of the property. So we do have that this weekend. Normal kickoff,
and that's going to determine the club champion for the year.
Yes, it certainly will.
And actually, just on that, sorry to interrupt you, but the Parthies have got their trophy presentation is going to be a formal, semi-formal event this year.
Hang on, Mr. Thomas, I see you're online. Can you give us any details on...
I believe they've almost locked in the venue.
Yep. But is it an evening, lunch, dinner?
I think it's a lunchtime type family thing. I could be wrong.
But again,
I'm sure
Mr. Thomas, if you just want to jump on the screen and just...
I'm sure he'll update us.
Fill us in some info, that would be great.
Yeah, but that just to make a note of that, I believe the date's in the calendar.
Yes, it's the 16th.
Rightio. But it's a celebration of the Pathfinder's 45th year. Although we're in the 46th year, but because of COVID, we couldn't do it last year. So it is a bit of a special event. And the Parthies will be putting out some info about that event, so keep an eye out for that.
Keep posted on that one. And then we have the following weekend, we're jam-packed for the next 3 weeks with trials. So the 19th is the States. Now, entries have closed for that, so if you missed getting your entries in on Monday... Well, you ain't riding. You can spectate or maybe help out and observe if they still need observers.
They probably do. They've got, I believe they've got basically 59 entries, nearly 60 entries. All classes have been filled. So she's going to be a pretty specky state champs.
So yes, we've got that. That is at Woodendale Road in 2J,
That's
and
correct.
there will be no camping at that event.
Other than the caretaker.
And then the last event we have coming up is the charity trial.
Yeah.
The good old charity trial. That is the first weekend of the school holidays, which is actually a long weekend.
Yay,
So that event
camping,
runs
camping.
Sunday, Monday, with the auction on Sunday night. So everyone get your trash ready, because that is just a brilliant night to sit around
Hey,
buying
mate,
everyone's broken
thank
stuff.
God we got the new trailer. We can,
God.
we can fill that up.
Oh, we got a lot of stuff
no,
going.
to take there, not coming back.
We could take one of the old vans. Someone could get a bit of history. Oh, look at that bargain. But no, it's
I
a
can
great.
just imagine Paul Peacock going mental in his house right now, going camping.
Definitely. But that one, camping is available from
Yep.
Friday, and please do respect the landowner. No speeding past his house. It is walking pace only, and he will come down at you if you do.
He owns a shotgun.
Yep.
I'll give you the tip. And
And we did have someone get a word to last year.
yes, they
So
went through
you
there
know
too fast.
he will come down on you.
You
So that's
will.
all me.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
actually no, it's not all me, because guess what?
Yeah.
I
Now
think-
the big
Ooh.
one.
Should we drag it out another 5 minutes?
Woohoo! What did Thomas have to say? Anything about the event?
Okay, yes, he
Club
did.
Championship.
Will be a lunch event that is family friendly. Will be located in the Swan Valley. RSVP through Ridernet once it opens. The
Right.
club is covering the venue and the food. Drink is at your own cost.
Wow.
So it sounds like it's going to be a fantastic day.
That'd be an awesome social event. That'd be.
I hope it's at the Margaret River Chocolate Factory. That would make it a really fun family event with kids high on chocolate.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, how cool will that be?
And also he's just put up nominations for the Ashes Trial, and Club Person of the Year will also open straight after the States too.
Okay,
So that's just for Parthies. So can you explain that? Because
Yeah,
I'm
so
not.
just a little bit of explanation on that. The voting for we call it the Ashes Trial presentation, but what it is you select the best event for the year. So whoever laid that trial and was the organizer and the setter of that trial is the winner of the Ashes Trophy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So what it is, you pick the event you like the best
and hang
for
on.
the year.
That's for Pathfinders events.
Yes, this is a Pathfinder's
Yes,
presentation.
just clarifying that in case
Yeah.
someone chooses an event and it's actually AJS. No, it has to be
Yeah.
a Pathfinders event.
Yep.
So maybe we'll put up a post just to jog people's memories of the Pathfinders set
Yeah.
events.
Yep, that's right. And that's what that does. And we call that the Ashes Trial. That's the one where we burnt the old wooden surveyor's pegs. And hence that's how it became the Ashes
Trials.
Trophy.
Trophy. Okay, that's good. And then the
Cool.
club person is just whose its name speaks for
you
itself.
You can vote for the Club Person of the Year, person who you think in the club who's done an outstanding job. No matter what it is, you can vote for someone for that. Yep, so that'll come out. Awesome.
Okay, now we've dragged that
Now,
out long enough. Let's bring up. We have as it's been popping up on the screens throughout the show, thanks to Neil's technology. But he's going to put up a little screen over here. Yeah, everyone there.
Hey!
And we have a drum roll, please.
Are you ready? Hang on.
And-
Here it comes.
and-
Here it comes. Wait.
Seb's going to press
Hang
a
on.
button.
Okay, Seb, press the button. And the winner is the Baldwins. You
Oh,
have
you're
just
kidding.
won yourself a Trials tyre. Well done, Richard and Sue. Now it's going to be a fight to see who is going to claim the tyre.
Well, whose bikes are going to go on?
That's
yeah.
what I
I-
mean. Well done, Richard and Sue. I know you're both
well done.
watching, so congratulations to you. And we will get in contact with you after the show via email to
No worries. Oh, what I can do, Richard, if you like, I can cut the tyre in half.
half and half.
Half and half. So what do you reckon?
Sharesies. Now that's a parental thought there.
That's awesome. Fantastic. Congratulations to Richard and Sue. That is fantastic. Awesome stuff.
Okay.
So that basically is
That
it.
covers everything. So we've done it all.
And we've done it pretty well on time, Jess.
Oh,
One
12:39.
One
yeah.
last little point.
Oh,
A big thank you to everyone who filled out the survey.
Yes.
It's going to be a huge benefit
Yes, no, that's a very good point Neil puts out. Thank you very much for participating in the survey.
And taking out the time, because it wasn't really just a quick 2-minute job.
We really do appreciate it, and you will reap the benefits of the time you've put in.
Yes.
And we'll be giving you an update on that progress further down the track.
Definitely.
So, awesome stuff. Thank you very much.
Wonderful.
So I think that's a wrap.
That is a wrap. And look at that. It's 12:29 and we can be out of here before 12:30.
How's that for timing?
Perfect timing. Finally, we got Simon talking less.
I told you I was good. How cool is
now,
that?
Okay, that's it.
That's it. Okay. Ciao, people. See you later.
Catch you next week and we'll see you at the trial.
No worries. Thanks. That's awesome.